Peace, my family. How y'all doing out there today? I hope you guys are out there doing good, and I just want to send you guys that good healing energy your way. I came on here today to share a question and answer from Dr. Malachi York's book called Breaking the Spell on the Blacks. And this question is, what is keeping you spellbound? And this is Dr. Malachi York's answer. Part of the devil's evil spell that has a hold on you are negative spiritual forces, 6 ether forces. Sympathy, pity, jealousy, discontent, empathy, self-defeat, inferiority, complexes, white magic. These feelings, which are within the hearts and minds of blacks, were sent to them by Aman Leviathan. This means although those negative spiritual forces of white magic are within many of the captives, blacks, the Egyptian Moors, they work against blacks because they are alliances of the captor. They really think they can trust Pa Temahua, the ghost man, or the ghost man, although many captives, Negroes, today are well helpers or willing helpers or alliances of the 6 ether force. They will only be used by this force, for those that follow the white ghost image are compelled to do the very things that are preventing their rise from their bondage. It is the oppressive position for a race of people to be in, having forces within self consistently working against oneself and kind. This force is called the Ra, in the Hebrew Torah or the Bible, the disagreeable or negative side of will. Genesis 3:22, not to be mistaken for the Egyptian identity of the sun, Re or Ra, our own force. They try to deceive you. The words look alike, but that is the position of the oppressed. And the only way to destroy the negative forces that maintain that position is to destroy the negativity and the ignorance that those negative forces live and strive on, such as bright lights and white magic. The acceptance of right knowledge is the solution, which leads you to right thinking, and right thinking leads to right action and breaking away from their fire forces. Nubians or new beings, blacks, do not just read this scroll. Let me repeat that. Nubians or new beings, blacks, do not just read this scroll. And others of the Right Knowledge series. The right knowledge, right language, what is Nwabu? Our bondage, the blacks, true roots in the Garden of Eden. Don't just read the scroll, but study them also, because these scrolls are dedicated and designed to offset and help destroy the negative Negro that is the slave minds amongst you. The spell of ignorance is taught us by the slave master, with its white magic through Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Also through other white religions of spook or spirit or ghost worship, which is their spirit force and not our own. So I just thought that I share this clip because that is the end of this answer. And you know what? I'm going to go to the next question. The next question is, tell me more about right knowledge. And this is his answer. Right knowledge organizes and unifies the mind of the Nubians. That is, the Egyptian Moors called Black people or Negroes, African Americans, and other individuals and collectively. If knowledge is not to be confusing and thereby effective, then it must be in sequence. Knowledge received must be in organized sequence in order to put the mind in order and unify, or in unity. One purpose of these scrolls is to help organize and put the minds of the Nubians or Nuwabians, Blacks, in unity and order, enough to qualify for your own effective spiritual science called Nuwapu. Black magic is for Black people. It will clear the fog and your single eye will reopen. Serapha, clairvoyance, meaning clear vision, will return and you will see again. Nuwapu and the forces and the powers thereof are liberty, equality, justice, rightness, and proper survival for Nuwabians, Blacks, everywhere. Nuwapu and the powers that make it effective and binding are the equalizers for the Black folk, the Egyptian Moors, and all the fields of necessity and endeavors in which other races offer contest. The liberation forces for Nuwabians, Blacks, are not Caucasian in their Tamahua form of Jesus or their Lord or their Allah, nor the spiritual power names of any other race in their gods. The liberation forces of Nuwabian Blacks are 9 ether, whose scientific name will be disclosed in our Science Nuwapu. The 9 ether is the original creative forces that made these scrolls possible. Next question. What is Negroid mentality? And this is Dr. Malachi Zierk's answer. Negroid mentality is negative mentality, a slave mentality. The very word Nekra means dead, and Negro, Omega, means black death. A Negroid negative or slave mind is one, regardless of how free you think you are, if you don't take control of your life, you are dead. One who is in mental slavery knows no more or little more than what the Tamahua cursed Obano seed has written for public reading and spoken from public hearing. The Negro mentality knows no more or less or little more than what the Tamahua or Tamahuat and their Negro helpers have taught. This is what I call synthetic education, which breeds a synthetic mind. This ties into the whole world of the Tamahuat. They make movies to portray themselves as being something they are not, yet the animation and graphics appear to be so real that you are convinced it is real and you believe it. This is done so that you will accept this kind of man as being superior. And if you are not like them, then of course you must be less or nothing. When in actuality, you are the supreme beings, called gods, who created them. You and your ancestors and descendants of ancient Tamaray, Egypt, are the real gods. You don't have a mind of your own. Let me repeat that. You don't have a mind of your own. You are out of your mind. You are out of your mind, and you are in his mind. Your pastor, your imam, is holding their translation or the scripture he is teaching you from, or relates you to their Bible to cheat me, your reformer, Netter, Afreti Atumre, Abanubi Rakapata Atumre. So those preachers, teachers, amans are really enforcing the evil teachings, and the results of ghost spell are negative enslaved mentalities, full with physical slaves and captives that must be resurrected from this mental death. Refer to what is Nuapu Scroll 42. The next question is, will the scrolls really help? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi's answer. Yes. If a person has a Negroid, negative, or slave mentality, these scrolls will help him or her get rid of it, provided the person does not just read, but studies the scrolls and accepts the facts therein and herein. Facts can be rejected, but they cannot be disapproved. Those of you who've survived the year 2000 AD, the showdown between quiet, agreeable, and Nechi, disagreeable, will accept these facts and stick to them. The Hikasut did not and will not teach others besides their own race any real knowledge about universal powers and forces would enable others to rule themselves. Moreover, other races are not going to give woolly-haired people, Black, Egyptian, Moors, real universal knowledge in black magic, because real spiritual and universal knowledge is where the real ruling power is found and exercised. This is something De Pa Temahua Ghostman may have knowledge of, yet still cannot exercise this spiritual power on their own without the help of self and kind. Let me add, they have no power over you unless you or one of self and kind gives it to them. Just as vampires can't come into your home unless you welcome them. Stop trusting them. The same Negroes, dead blacks, give their power by worshiping their gods, Allahs, and their prophets, apostles, angels, and images. This must stop to regain our own power again when we ruled ourselves in Ray, Egypt. Apophis, race of demons, you all living by white magic, and black folks should live by black magic, but they don't. They all live by white magic, a spell of ghost gospel under the white Indo-Aryan religions. If they had any real knowledge, they would be exercising these principles now. Instead of they are using blacks as guinea pigs, and they study your experiences and your reactions and then go write a book about it as if they had the knowledge of it themselves when they do not. So I'm going to stop right here because this right here is the end of his answer. So I just thought that I'd share and let y'all know it's all love, family, and peace.